Good morning, everyone. My name is Susan Taylor. I'm so glad to see so many of you here. Thank you for joining us. I will be turning the presentation over to Jackie B. Peterson, who is the author of Better, Smarter, Richer, and who is introducing a new offering today. It's called Best Beginnings. If you could hold your questions until the end, Jackie will answer as many of them as she can. And take it away, Jackie.
Thank you, Susan. This is great. And I want to say hello to everybody who's tuned into this wonderful webinar to talk about Best Beginnings. But before I do that, I want to thank our sponsors. We've had some wonderful sponsors. And first of all, I want to thank Gina Morris and Bridge Lab. Bridge Lab is at Pacific Northwest College of Art, and it's a true community treasure. They are available to inspire, educate, and advise the PNCA community, including students, alumni, faculty, and staff. And they are bridging the gap between college and professional life so that artists can make a living doing what they love. That sounds like something we really want to talk about. And then there's Barbara Saunders, Barbara and Solo Pro Success. Barbara, Solo Pro Success is just an incredible resource for solopreneurs and small business owners. Barbara is a true expert who specializes in helping clients harness their knowledge and expertise to build a custom fit business with the power of the internet to support their chosen lifestyle. And then there's Dave Gillespie and Boomer PDX. Dave Gillespie, the expert behind the popular blog Boomer PDX, has been widely praised for his writing and was acclaimed by the International Blogging Recognition Council. Boomer PDX is a fabulous resource for boomers in the Portland metropolitan area. And also I'd like to thank my colleague Bonnie Kahn. Bonnie has been generous with her contacts, her advice, and her help. And Bonnie has spent 3 decades where she's worked as an artist, with artists and solos of all kinds. She put together a fabulous world-renowned collection of Native American art, and she's a former major gallery owner. So thanks to all of our sponsors, and I'm really happy to welcome your clients to this webinar. I can't thank you enough for allowing me the privilege and for introducing them to my business building method. As you know, I'm on the verge of a brand new offering called Best Beginnings. We start Best Beginnings on September 16th, and I think that this new product is life-changing for the new entrepreneur. It is based on the method I've developed over the past 15 years called Better, Smarter, Richer, and have used with my personal clients and while teaching and advising at the Small Business Development Center in Portland. Today, I want to introduce your followers to my method. So first, I'll talk a bit about the Better, Smarter, Richer method, and then I'll explain how and why I saw the urgent need for Best Beginnings. You'll be able to implement ideas and strategies from the Better, Smarter, Richer method to increase your financial success as a solo. A few housekeeping notes. I want to encourage our audience to ask questions, and you can type them right into the chat box, and my colleague will pass them on to me. Please think of your questions as you go, and at the end of this webinar, we'll have about 15 minutes to answer everything. I also want to encourage you to stay until the end, as we have a special webinar offer to offer our audience today. I'm so happy that we have such a large audience here, and I know you're eager to begin. So let's begin. My clients often tell me that they love my solo business method called Better, Smarter, Richer, but they need help with the very beginning steps. They are unsure how to select the best business, how to overcome anxieties about asking for money, how to talk about themselves and their brand new business, how to manage the tasks that they know are necessary, but about which they know next to nothing. I meet literally hundreds of beginning entrepreneurs, and I realize that there is an urgent need for the information in Best Beginnings, which is a safe and structured method for successfully beginning a business, even if you have no idea about what you might be best at or what you need to do to get started from scratch. So again, let's talk about Better, Smarter, Richer for a few more minutes. I'll tell you what this method is and how it is so radically different from traditional teaching about entrepreneurship. No one else is talking about this approach, yet it works, and it works really well. And as hundreds of thousands of Americans yearn to start their own business, most of them are getting bad advice on how to proceed. They are told that unless they build a business based on the standard corporate structure, it will fail. The corporate approach requires them that an entrepreneur build a business that will ultimately have him or her as the president, presiding over a company of managers and workers. If the initial spark for the business was something hands-on, such as building pottery or delivering life coaching seminars, they don't get to do it. That work is any work in a business under the corporate structure is done by employees and managers, and the founder spends his or her time managing staff and worrying about getting bigger and satisfying investors. Artists, consultants, healthcare providers, and many others have no wish to abandon the creation of their product or service and turn that work over to other people. Remember, the standard corporate business model teaches that success lies in hiring others to do the work. But this will not work if you and you alone can create and deliver the product or service you want to sell. Think music or writing or art. Too often creatives, encores, and health service providers are told that being successful in a solo business is not possible. This is not true. I know it's not true. And I have developed a business method that allows the artist to continue to be an artist and not become an unhappy manager or an overworked, discouraged, starving artist. This method is also perfect for encores. Encores are those over 50 who want to spend their next 30 years doing what they love and while securing their retirement finances. Big group. Hiring people to do your work is often presented as the only way to succeed in business. The work itself, whether a product or a service, is at the bottom of the business pyramid, with you, the entrepreneur, at the top, directing the work of a staff of managers. Solos are not interested in or can't do this. They want to do the work, create the art, or deliver the services themselves. And my method ensures success without abandoning what you love doing, creating and developing your product or services, not managing a staff. When I talk to encores about that possibility, a look of relief just crosses their face. They did not know that they could start a business that was not dependent on them hiring and managing employees. Now, many artists who try to make a living as artists end up living on a starvation budget. See that bare crust of bread there? An unmistakable bare bones budget that doesn't allow for growth or mental or physical comfort. My method deals with this directly and finds a way for entrepreneurs to be comfortable while working at what they love. You can charge what you are worth, and furthermore, your business will really struggle if you don't charge enough money. So let's talk about how the Better, Smarter, Richer method is different. Today, many encores, let's talk about them for a minute, are not ready to retire. Maybe they can't afford to retire, or maybe they just want to keep working, this time doing something they truly love. My method allows encores to capitalize on the expertise they have spent a lifetime acquiring. There are more businesses being created by those over 50 than any other age group. They are encore entrepreneurs. We are living in a time of life past 65, which is being called the longevity bonus, an extra 30 years or so of life expectancy, which is both a gift and a challenge. It is a new time of life when we can monetize what we have spent a lifetime learning, and that's exciting. But at the same time, it's a challenge because we have to support ourselves for an additional 30 years, which a lot of people had no expectation. But what we're going to do is make it an opportunity. So again, the Better, Smarter, Richer method teaches you how to create a business that is in the sweet spot, just like the middle of that cupcake on your screen. The Better, Smarter, Richer teaches you to create a business that is centered in your sweet spot and helps you find that spot. The sweet spot is a place where your passion, your talent, and the money meet. If any of those elements is missing, your business will not succeed. Finding your sweet spot is the foundation of your solo success. And remember, the Better, Smarter, Richer method is the underlying philosophy behind the Best Beginnings program. Also, the Better, Smarter, Richer method is experiential. Often someone starting a new business is told that an extensive written business plan is the only way forward. Now, I don't believe that. Even though I've encouraged people over many years to write business plans, I've come to the conclusion that process does not work. The successful entrepreneur, of course, must have a general plan of action, but it needs to be short, flexible, and ready to change from one approach to another based on customer interaction. We shape the business with customer feedback. The successful entrepreneur asks questions, analyzes the marketplace for what is not offered, and changes and adjusts the business to take advantage of what is needed and wanted by the marketplace. Agility is the best way to find success, not being saddled to following a fixed and immovable business plan. So again, I'm going to go over the 7 principles of Better, Smarter, Richer, because at the heart of Best Beginnings is this Better, Smarter, Richer methodology. Best Beginning is an expansion of the ideas of Better, Smarter, Richer applied directly to imagining, starting, designing, and developing your business. It puts it on a successful footing from the very beginning. By following the 7 principles in Better, Smarter, Richer, a solo entrepreneur can start and run a successful business. It isn't accomplished by taking a magic pill. It takes hard work and deep introspection to be successful. I'm going to go into a bit of detail with each of these steps. Step 1 is to focus on one thing. Basic principle. You cannot be an interior decorator and a massage therapist, or an attorney and a personal trainer. For your business to be successful, you must choose and present yourself to the world as one thing. Of course, you can continue to do your other activities, but do them as a hobby and do not lead with them as a money-making enterprise. Be just one thing and be very good at it. Best Beginnings helps you explore and develop your ideas and create your focus. The next principle says develop a deep and narrow niche of specialty, expertise, and authority from which to offer advice, guidance, and products. Once you have chosen your focus, dig deeper. If you are a massage therapist, to decide to develop your expertise by working with pregnant women or by working with sports injuries. If you choose to be an interior decorator, focus on new homes or remodels or offices. Develop your skills and reputation in one area of your focus. Become known for one thing, and then develop your expertise. Keep getting better and better. Specialization and expertise lead to financial success. Best Beginnings guides you to your deep and narrow niche. The next principle is about pricing. Pricing and billing at a fair rate is key to your success. If you are going to be successful, you must charge enough for your work. I see the biggest single reason why businesses fail is that they do not charge enough money for what they do. They are afraid of rejection. Here is the truth. If you do not charge enough money, you are not considered to be any good. And if you do not charge enough money, you cannot afford to live the life you deserve. You cannot afford to invest in renewal and regeneration. You cannot hire, outsource, I mean by outsourcing, not hire, the help you need to look and to be seen as more professional. In the Best Beginnings program, we help you calculate the right price and ask for it in a sales situation. You get support in this area. Here's the next principle. Stay on track and avoid mission creep. I think that you can see that these ideas are in fact radically different from the standard business plans, which are basically designed to raise money from a bank or venture capitalist to start a business. Traditional plans are full of detailed financial analysis, legal terms, and buyout options. They are geared to show growth in products and sales and return on investment. This is not what a solo business is about. Certainly it is about making money, but it is also about joy and satisfaction. Staying on track is important. You will build your business because you will always be doing your best work if you stay on track. If you lose focus or direction, you will find yourself doing work because it came along, not because it is your best. Straying away from your focus confuses your clients and clouds your reputation. Best Beginnings gives you the tools and techniques to stay on track. Here's principle 5. You need to be able to succinctly talk about your business and distinguish it and you with a unique value proposition. Your unique value proposition is how you talk about yourself. Strangers will give you the gift of 4.2 seconds of attention span. Attention span is the most rare commodity in the world. When you are networking or talking to possible clients, you must interest them and intrigue them quickly and succinctly. Your unique value proposition not only focuses the conversation and gets people interested, it helps you stay focused and on track. This is one of the most important things you must be able to do. Best Beginnings helps you develop your unique value proposition. Here's principle 6. Identify and target your most likely customers. Often we fear marketing because we think we have to do what Coca-Cola and Walmart and McDonald's do. We think we have to be like them and reach every single person, all 7.2 billion of us on the planet. This is not true for you and your solo business. Your best marketing is to sell to those who are most likely to buy from you. Well, who is that? These are the people who are your best customers. These are the people for whom you developed and designed your work in the first place. Create a clear description of who is your target customer. You should have age, gender, interests, and then go after them. Read what else they buy and focus your marketing efforts on them. Best Beginnings helps you identify and pursue your target client. And principle 7, I want you to develop and use a keen business mindset to support your financial success. Remember, no matter how small it is, this is a business. It is your business, and it needs to have financial information. It must have a pricing system, a set of books, invoices, cash collection plans, packages of services, and reports, because we want you, the owner, to hold it accountable to doing what you want it to do for your business. You must hold it accountable to making money for you. Best Beginnings gives you the tools and the worksheets that turn your idea into a real business. So the Best Beginnings webinar series is designed to guide you through understanding all of these concepts of Better, Smarter, Richer method and integrating them into every phase of your business, from ideation to design to implementation. Best Beginnings uses these 7 principles and recognizes that without a successful beginning, no solo business can succeed. You've probably heard of many people who've started lots of businesses. The ideas come tumbling out as they take shots in the dark and hope they're going to hit the mark. But without thought, research, self-awareness, and a host of other steps, no business will be successful. But solos have limited time and resources, and they can't afford to waste them on dozens of mistakes and false starts. A lot of times that fear of not doing the right thing is what holds people back from getting underway. So there's a lot of people out there who just simply get stuck and are fearful about going forward and know that they can't afford to waste their time. So that's Best Beginnings. They want to start a business, but they may have absolutely no idea how to begin. So whether you have too many ideas for your business or none at all, other than desire, Best Beginnings is for you. Best Beginnings debunks the myths of several wrong ways of building your solo business. It helps you focus your ideas and develop the best ideas for you. It is a method that doesn't require a huge infusion of cash or an MBA, but can be accomplished by you if you are disciplined, have a willingness to work hard, and to take a hard and honest look at yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, and skills. Best Beginnings also addresses a second solo misconception, that about traditional financing methods. Best Beginning is a method that doesn't require a huge infusion of cash or even an MBA. Your most basic capital comes from your skill and knowledge and experience. If additional cash is needed, we focus on the non-traditional ways of raising money that are so available today, such as crowdfunding and non-traditional lenders who see the value in working with the burgeoning number of solo businesses. The latest numbers I have tell us that there are 30 million solo businesses out there in the marketplace today. Starting a solo business can be considered a cyclical process. I call it plan, do, check, act. This cycle originated as a principle of process improvement in the total quality management revolution. This process is what Best Beginnings has adopted. Best Beginnings is a method and a system. It isn't a magical process that guarantees you 6 figures in months, but it can give you a comfortable living doing exactly what you love. You can live your dream and begin living it very late in life. I'm engaging with students from start to finish, answering questions, lending encouragement, and a helping hand with the hard parts. The Best Beginnings program includes a package of worksheets that we will talk about during the course of each and every webinar. You will be able to download that package as part of your program registration. Then you can use them and work with them each week as we take on another lesson in the program. This is really helpful. You get hands-on to work on the things you need to work on as part of the program. Best Beginnings supports your thinking and helps you monetize your lifetime of skills, observations, experiences, and knowledge. Best Beginnings is a method and a system. If you do your part, my method will work for you regardless of what you want to do. The secret of the Best Beginnings program, as I say, is it draws upon what you already know, your practical knowledge and skills. It assumes that you know a lot about your work. It assumes that it can support you and that you have great experience that you want to bring to the marketplace. It supports you as you imagine, create, and develop the business you have always wanted. So what is it? In Best Beginnings, it's 7-hour-long live seminars on such topics as, how do I begin? How does my customer find me? What is my product or service worth? How do I speak the language of my customers? We begin at the very beginning with detailed instruction and interactive work on how to find what you are best qualified to do and what will bring you the most rewards, both emotionally and financially. I'm about joy and money. We look carefully at your past and into your future to bring together a list of ideas that you can refine and solidify. We look at the world of marketing to understand how the internet has transformed how customers and providers find one another. Pricing is a huge bugaboo for most beginning entrepreneurs, Asking for money is always fraught with emotional baggage and doubt. So we work through all those pitfalls and transform how you see money for services rendered and get you out of a starvation mentality. Talking to customers in their language is the key to making lasting connections and building relationships. Again, we have worksheets and practices that will make this process easy for you to understand and implement. Without answers to these and other questions, a new solo entrepreneur will be very hard pressed to succeed, but we can help you do that. So I'm going to talk about the benefits of Best Beginnings as a program. But before we move forward, you may be asking yourself, okay, how much is it? When do we start? What is my obligation? The price of the full program at 7 live interactive webinars is $497. We begin on September 16, 2015, and will be live once a week for the next 7 weeks between noon and 1 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. Remember, the program is full of worksheets which you can download as a packet as you register for the course. We will show you how to use them as we go along. Because the webinars are live, you'll be able to ask questions as we go. This is a tremendous value. Remember, my approach allows you to start a business without having to hire any employees. This is perfect for those who want to be financially successful, doing what they love, hands-on, themselves. If you are a creator, like the musician shown on the screen, or such as a photographer, a writer, a potter, a painter, a dancer, this program is perfect for you. Creatives must operate as solo businesses, and in order for them to be financially successful, they must also overcome that old programming that says, if you are not a starving artist, you have somehow sold out your art. Let's not have any more starving artists. If you are a solo professional, let's say an attorney, an accountant, a consultant, a coach, Best Beginnings will help you narrow your focus on the right target customer for you, name and articulate your unique value as a professional, understand how to help during busy times, how to get help during busy times without hiring employees, and charge enough money for success. Let's say you're a health professional, someone like an acupuncturist, an ND, a massage therapist, a caregiver, nutritionist, a nurse practitioner. Best Beginnings will help you focus your practice on the right customers. Create the words that attract the right customers, package your services to support the revenue you want, and charge appropriately for what you do, no matter what everyone else is charging. You will be able to present yourself as worth the higher fees you deserve to be paid. Lots of people want to be in business for themselves. A lot of people have always wanted to be a financially successful career, and they just never knew how to begin. The Best Beginnings series will take you through the process of ideation, exploring lots of possible ideas and choosing the one that is most exciting and viable for you. Then we will take you step by step how to begin. The Best Beginning team teaches the model developed in Better, Smarter, Richer called the Waterbug model. This model shows you how to spend most of your time doing what it is that you are best at and outsourcing other tasks needed to support the business. The key is to focus and specialize and charge enough for your work. Through the Best Beginnings program, we will encourage you to charge what you are really worth. This is a combination of both practical and competitive research and self-confidence and taking steps with support from us to overcome the fear and move towards financial success. The Best Beginnings team is a fabulous support network. Best Beginnings is for you if you just simply want to know how to begin. What do I do next? I have found lots of people simply don't know where to start or how to begin. We will help you take all the right first steps to bring your enterprise to life. Lots of people want to know what their product or service is worth. We know that pricing is an art, and we will talk about how to value your experience, your talent, and your unique skill set, and encourage you to add those non-material elements into your pricing equation. We will offer some methods to overcome the fear, that awful fear of asking for what your work is really worth. And Best Beginnings, a lot of people are very fearful about marketing. How am I going to find my customers? In Best Beginnings, we take it a little bit of a different approach. We know that today in marketing, it is much about your customer finding you as about you finding your customer. We will talk about tools, methods, and approaches for you to use to make yourself visible and easy to find by the people to whom you want to sell. Specific customers want specific things. We will talk about how to use the language of your customer that your customer understands. First, you must know who your customer is. Then you must find out what is important to them and what leads them to buy. So this is the place where I encourage you to take the step that can change your life. The course begins in September 16th to be exact, and runs for 7 weeks through October 28th. We begin at noon Pacific Daylight Time each Wednesday with a live online meeting. You will have homework and worksheets to use, to think about, and to discover and design your business. You can ask questions and interact with others in the course. I know there are many of you who have thought about this for a long time, even years. This is a no-risk way to discover whether a solo business will fulfill your dream. I want to encourage you to take the step into the future and learn how to begin your new venture. The course costs $497 and includes 7 live hour-long sessions filled with information you can use and put to use immediately. If you want to rewatch any session, you can do that as many times as you wish. The completed workbook will be your roadmap to the best beginnings of your new business. Don't delay. Do it now. And if you are one of the first 10 to sign up, you receive a 10% discount, bringing your price to $447. Sign up now. So I want to again thank our sponsors. There they are. You can see today's sponsors: Bridge Lab, Solo Pro Success, and Boomer PDX. These are just wonderful sponsors, all of whom are supportive of the Best Beginnings methodology, and all of whom are working with solos to help you create success in the marketplace. I want to remind you that Best Beginnings is a method and a system. It isn't a magical process. It doesn't guarantee you 6 figures in 6 months, but it can give you a comfortable living doing exactly what you love. You can live your dream and begin living it late in life, over 50. I'm engaged with students from start to finish, answering questions, lending encouragement, and a helping hand over the hard parts. I promise you that if you do your part, my method will work for you, regardless of what you want to do. Sign up now. Take the leap. Start your business. Thank you.
Jackie?
Yes.
It's Susan.
Yes.
And there have been some questions, so I'd like to pose them to you. Do you have, we have time for that?
Yes, we do.
The first question is, what is that address again? Could you, oh, there it is, right there on the screen now. Okay. Okay, here's the first question, and it was actually posed by several people. Basically, they were okay until you got to the part about managing money and thinking like a business. And they were fearful that they didn't think they could do that. They're artists. I wonder if you could talk a little bit more about how that works for people who don't have a money mindset. Is this something where you have to hire somebody to handle that part of things, or what?
Well, what you need to have is a basic understanding of how it works. So we walk through the basic understanding, have some worksheets and some forms that help you calculate your costs, help you track your time, help you track your hours. And we talk to you about how that all interconnects to create your price and to create a budget for yourself of what it costs to actually run your business as opposed to what it costs to create your product.
I see.
Then, yes, I do encourage people to work with an expert, a professional. You know, that's simply part of the water bug model. What we do is we say, I'm not very good at this part, and therefore I'm going to devote my own personal time to the things I simply do best. And the things I do best are writing music or singing or making a pot or being a consultant or writing a book. Those are the things I do best. And therefore, I am going to hire someone, outsource to them, contract with them to help me with the money side of my business. I'm going to find a bookkeeper or a CPA, or I'm going to get help from the Small Business Development Center. I'm going to find some people that can help me do the hands-on work, and then I'm going to spend the majority of my time doing really super wonderful best work, making good money, and then I can afford to pay the people to whom I'm outsourcing work. So definitely a bookkeeper is one of those.
Okay.
Susan, what I really want people to do is not bury their head in the sand about money and say, oh, I don't understand it, so I'm not going to pay any attention to it at all.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say, I want you to pay some attention to it because, you know, you are here to make money and there's some understanding that you need to have. And the more attention you pay to money, the more it shows up. That doesn't mean that you have to be the one that runs the bookkeeping system. It's different.
Okay. I think that answers that question. Several people also said they just loved this. It was like it was freeing them to think about the possibility, but that they had several ideas and they were torn as to which of the ideas they should pursue. Can Best Beginnings help them figure that out?
You bet. Remember back with the cupcake, we were talking about we want to create your business in your sweet spot.
Right.
So when people have several ideas, the first thing I want them to do is think about what is the idea that meets the criteria of that sweet spot. And the sweet spot comes where passion, talent, and money intersect. So let's figure out what it is you are most passionate about. Where do you have talent? And can we put that idea to work in a way that makes money? I often say that people create businesses where their passion and their talent intersect, but they forget about making money. And then they're working really hard, but the business isn't being financially successful. Or a lot of people put a business together where their talent and the ability to make money intersect, but they forget about passion. And it's your passion that carries you through the rough spot. So we really work with you on honing that idea down to one thing. And that doesn't mean, by the way, that you can't ever do the other things. What it means is that you lead with one thing. You know, you lead with that particular thing where all three of those elements come together in the strongest way.
Okay. Several people wrote in and were asking this question. I was always told I could never support myself as an artist, and so I went into business and I worked as an accountant and I was miserable. Are you telling me that I actually can support myself doing what I've always wanted to do?
Oh, Susan, that is absolutely the heart and soul of the Best Beginnings method and the whole Better, Smarter, Richer program. Yes, you can support yourself doing what you love. In fact, doing what you love makes all the difference. When we can put our time and energy towards doing what we love, we're not reluctant to spend an extra hour or take a class or learn something new or to inquire of others or to do some more research on the internet to find out some new skills or some new techniques because we're so excited about it. And if we charge enough money and put our business together well, we have the money to help increase our own talents and our own skills. We can renew ourselves and we can keep getting better. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that we keep doing what we love, we keep getting better. Because we're getting better, we charge more money. Because we're doing all of those things, we find more clients. I mean, it's an absolutely positive cycle. And the heart of it is doing what you love and believing that you can and you have the right to make money doing what you love.
Okay, I know that's going to give a lot of hope to people. Okay, another question is again about money. People were asking, we're saying that asking somebody to pay is the most terrifying part of the whole business. You know, they love to do the work. When the occasional person finds them and says, "I'd like to buy what you have to offer," that's good. But going out and saying, "This is what I'm charging. This is what I think I'm worth," is terrifying. And the whole ask is what has stymied several people.
Yes, that happens a lot, actually, and we really take a straight-on look at that. First of all, I ask people to think about what it is that raises that dread or that fear. I think actually we use the wrong language and we talk about it like it's what you personally are worth, when what we're really talking about is the value that you're going to bring forward for the work that you are producing. But in a solo business, quite often that is directly tied to you. You know, when you're a consultant or you're a musician, it's you that is out there on the line.
Right. I think that's what people feel.
Yeah, that's very personal.
Yeah.
And then if they get rejected or if they get pushback on their price, that they take it as personal rejection. So we spend a lot of time looking at the psychology of that, if you will. And I encourage people to practice, you know, quoting their price. Well, first of all, calculating a fair price, comparing themselves to others in the market, figuring out, and they don't do that to make themselves feel worse. They do that to see the gaps in what other people are offering so that they can see what they are doing and how it is special. And then we create a fair price. And then I give people several methodologies to practice that price and practice using it. The easiest, well, it's not easy. The simplest, because it is not easy, it's simple, but is to go into the bathroom and talk to the person staring you in the mirror, your worst critic, and practice. And if you've never tried that, oh my goodness, it's hard, but it is really worthwhile until you can state your price and talk about it for the value that you see. But we spend a lot of time talking about this because it's a big deal.
Okay. And I guess the last question was the whole question about flexibility and agility and not having a business plan, but being more reactive. Is that like being wishy-washy or is it, I guess people are not quite understanding, you know, do they change all the time or what does that mean exactly?
Well, it means that what you do is you create a plan. Remember the 4 steps are plan, do, check, act. So the first thing that you do is you lay out your plan. You have your concept, you have your product concept, you have your delivery method concept, you have your idea of your target market, and you think you know who is going to buy what you have to offer, and you're pretty clear about that. And then what happens is you take that to market. Now this isn't, you know, this isn't something beyond the scope of, let's say, your experience coming forward and you've written it down and using a tool such as the one-page business plan. And then you go to market and you say, can I find a customer who's interested in working with me? And you begin to shape the rest of your business from the feedback you get from that customer. We've done this in Better, Smarter, Richer. We started out with our original focus being solely on creatives, and then we realized that there was a whole second population of encores, people 50 plus, who were eager to start businesses and have many of the same issues that creatives have. You know, they need to be in solo businesses. They're fearful about how in the world they can grow or scale without hiring employees. They're thinking about not charging enough money. They have, maybe if they work 35 years in corporate America, they have a lot of doubts about whether or not they can do something on their own. But we have shaped Better, Smarter, Richer to work with that population of customers as well as the creatives. So that's the check. You go out and you try things, you get the feedback, and then you integrate the feedback into moving forward. So that's the agility and the flexibility that I'm talking about.
I see. So it's not like changing horses in midstream. It's just
No,
refining
no.
and refining and refining.
Refining and refining and refining is what I mean. And
Yeah.
you know, even if you have a written business plan and you think you know all this stuff, your first client is probably going to shoot you out of the water by saying, you know, if you did this, I would be really excited about it. If you go, wow, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
And that's the agility we're talking about.
Yeah, and it's different from the getting off track.
Yes.
And the you know, that process is different from this.
Yes, it is. The getting on and staying on track means, okay, once I have decided that I am, let's use the massage therapist, that I am a massage therapist, I stop letting people know that I will also paint their spare bedroom for them.
Right.
I mean, I might leap forward and help people and paint their spare bedroom, but I don't talk about that. I talk about my business as a massage therapist.
Right.
And even if somebody says, gosh, I'd love you to come paint my spare bedroom, you say, no, I am focusing on my business as a massage therapist.
Got it. Got it. Okay, and I guess there's just one last question. I think you went over this already, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Several people are saying, I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks in the middle of this course. What happens to me? Can I listen to the pieces of the course that I will miss by being away?
Absolutely, you can listen to the pieces you will miss by being away. In fact, they're all going to be recorded, so you won't get your live questions involved, but each one will be recorded, and once you're part of the Best Beginnings family, you can listen to these recordings again and again for that one key that you're going to get that will tune you in. You're going to get a code, and that will let you into the system, and once you're into that system, you can continue to listen to the webinars as much as you need to. And remember, you're going to have the entire packet of worksheets, which will allow you also to go back over the sessions that you missed, use those worksheets, and catch up, or not maybe move as fast as one a week in your own business, but say, okay, I'm started and I need to get going.
Okay, well, Jackie, I think that is all the questions. So I'm going to say I encourage you to sign up too. I've been a big fan of Jackie for many, many years, and she has helped me tremendously. And I think Best Beginnings is, if I had had Best Beginnings when I was starting my business, what a difference I think it would have made to me and some of the choices I made and the mistakes I had to correct later when I didn't follow the steps that are part of Best Beginnings. So personally, I'm encouraging people to sign up now at www.bettersmarterricher.com/best-beginnings/. It's worth every penny in the money I wasted fiddling around with wrong ideas. This course would have saved me hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So.
And I want to encourage people to do it now, because remember our special offer. If you're one of the first 10 to sign up, you're going to receive a 10% discount that will bring your price down to $447.
Yep, $50. Yep.
A tremendous price and a tremendous bargain.
Yep.
Thank you all. I so appreciate your time today, and I hope to see you and have you online with us September 16th for Best Beginnings. Goodbye.